Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're in our fifth and final episode in peak week for wellness competitors, and we're going to talk about what to do on contest day. I want to back up just one gear toward peak week and monitoring and assessing. I'm curious with wellness division and wanting to maintain that fullness in the legs, even before we talk about contest day. Do you find it helpful to rest for a day or two, especially their legs, maybe even not that much cardio, Thursday, Friday? How do you handle that particular part of peak week leading into contest day with the training and the cardio, emphasizing that fullness in glutes and quads?
I'm really glad you asked that specifically. And I'll say that's where the division's massively different between bikini and wellness. Actually, if I have a bikini competitor whose legs are maybe a little too cut, I might actually push their cardio up so they don't recover as much and soften the legs a bit. Where in this division, I'm going to try to keep someone relatively tight. I'll even dare to keep them on the tighter side, again, as long as we're not sacrificing shape and glute fullness, just so we can control how tight we keep the legs by posing versus it just seems to be a more predictable outcome that way. So you don't want to go overboard and spill someone over, and then no matter how hard they flex their legs, they're not going to be tight enough.
Do you feel like having, lesser training, like you wouldn't do any lower body work on the last day or two? Do you want that much recovery?
I do like quite a bit of recovery for this division. And I'd say, we'll cover this in figure as well. A lot of people make the mistake of pumping up their legs backstage too. And that really just shades the detail of what you have. So it's really important to, treat the lower body with kindness that week.
So, and that's exactly my last point I wanted to get at for this series, especially landing on contest day. Again, depending on what you really need for your final look, you have some competitors backstage pumping up in certain ways to emphasize just getting that last little bit of hint of fullness in some area that gives them better symmetry or shape. For the legs, you said you wouldn't necessarily do a lot of leg work backstage because you may mar a little bit of detail, but just to get some blood flow into the glutes or the quads, what exactly would you recommend them to do? You just said, some band work or something, but I mean, how many sets? Give us some trade secrets here.
Yeah, so typically for the glutes, I might do some band work, some band kickbacks, or abductions would be really good as well. I would say, I would probably pump up for 10 to 15 minutes prior to your division, probably in around 4 rounds of, 15 to 20 on that specific exercise. For the legs themselves, I'd more so recommend posing them versus actually doing any kind of squats. That tends to bring out the detail a little more, sends a little bit of blood there. And then it's also not too taxing before you go out on stage. Additionally, questions I like to ask clients backstage: can you get a pump? Do you feel like you're getting a good pump? If not, that's a good cue that we might need more sodium, more water. So these are just things I like to look out for and be inquisitive about when clients are pumping up.
Yeah, one of the ways I've traditionally handled leg warming up backstage is, regardless of your division, to stretch a little bit. And I know it's difficult with tanning product and so forth, but to do even just a couple short sets of body weight squats just to loosen up. You're not pumping up. You're not doing goblet squats with an 80-pound dumbbell or something backstage. It's just a matter of how can you just start feeling like you're warm, and a little bit of light stretching, hams, glutes, quads, I think make your posing a little bit better. But if you were just to totally engorge the muscle tissue with blood, I think again, if you have to be wary because of your body, size, shape, conditioning, body type, that you just need volume, I think there would be some advantage to really kind of pumping up the glutes and the quads a little bit just to give that illusion of shape. But this is where it goes to your point, Adam. Sometimes you still need to be tight enough. You got to be tighter than perhaps even bikini, but then know how to manage that process to make sure you still look full on contest day. And it is obviously always going to hinge on things like water and sodium as a primary muscle volume.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, that is it for this series, Peak Week for Wellness Competitors. If you have any questions, just let us know. DM us in our posts or hit some comments, maybe wherever you see the podcast. But we will see you next time. We're going to keep going through this kind of macro series. So we're going to hit figure, we're going to hit bodybuilding, men's physique. We will see you next time in Contest Prep University.